8 black legends you didn't know just passed away in 2026. One of the people on this list did something history books usually credit to somebody else entirely, 9 months before Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on a Montgomery bus. A 15-year-old girl did the exact same thing first. She spent the rest of her life mostly written out of the story. She died just this year, and it's our number 1. These are 8 black legends who passed away in the first half of 2026, and every single one of them is someone whose work you already know by heart, even if you've never once recognized their face or their name. 8. Plas Johnson. You've heard Plas Johnson's saxophone, even if you've never heard his name. That unmistakable, sultry sax riff on Henry Mancini's Pink Panther theme is him. He spent decades as one of the most in-demand session musicians in Hollywood, playing on recordings for everyone from Frank Sinatra to Michael Jackson. He died in July 2026 in Los Angeles at 94. Johnson's sound is instantly recognizable to almost everyone alive. His face, almost nobody would recognize at all. Our next name did something similar, with a theme song millions of people can still sing from memory. 7. Jim Gilstrap. Jim Gilstrap is the voice singing the theme song to Good Times, one of the most recognizable sitcom openings of the 1970s. He's also the voice on the opening lines of Stevie Wonder's "You Are the Sunshine of My Life." He died in July 2026 at 79, from natural causes. Gilstrap sang 2 of the most beloved openings in black music and television history, largely uncredited by casual fans. Our next name's voice defined an entire era of girl groups, decades before most pop stars today were even born. 6. Arlene Smith. Arlene Smith was the lead singer and co-founder of The Chantels, one of the very first successful girl groups in music history. Their 1,958 song Maybe with Smith's powerful, soaring lead vocal helped lay the groundwork for every girl group that came after, from the Supremes to Destiny's Child. She died in July 2026 in New York City at 84 from a heart attack. Smith helped invent an entire sound decades before most people realized the girl group era even started. Our next name spent decades as a familiar face on 2 different classic sitcoms. You might still be surprised he was in both. 5. Hal Williams. Hal Williams played Officer Smitty on Sanford and Son, and later Lester Jenkins on 227. 2 completely different classic sitcoms, over a decade apart, both massive hits in black households. He also had roles on Private Benjamin and The Waltons. He died at his California home in July 2026 at 91, from natural causes. Williams spent decades as a familiar face across multiple generations of television without ever quite becoming a household name himself. Our next name's voice is instantly recognizable from one of the biggest party songs ever made, even if you've never once pictured the man singing it. 4. Victor Willis. Victor Willis was the original lead singer of the Village People, the cop, in the iconic outfit, and the voice behind YMCA, and in the Navy. He wrote most of the group's biggest lyrics himself. He died in June 2026, just 1 day before what would have been his 75th birthday after a short illness. Willis sang one of the most universally known songs on the planet, and still, most people couldn't pick his face out of a lineup. Our next name built something lasting behind the scenes instead of on stage, and he came from one of hip-hop's most famous families. 3. Danny Simmons. Danny Simmons was a celebrated visual artist, poet, and philanthropist, and the older brother of Russell Simmons, the Def Jam co-founder, and Joseph Rev Run Simmons of Run DMC. In 1995, the 3 brothers co-founded Rush Arts and the Rush Philanthropic Arts Foundation, which has spent decades funding art education and opportunities for young artists of color. He died in June 2026 at 72. A specific cause was never announced. Simmons spent his career making sure other artists got the spotlight. He mostly avoided himself. Our next name became the sound of an entire country's resistance movement from a piano. 2. Abdullah Ibrahim. Abdullah Ibrahim was a South African jazz pianist and composer whose 1,974-song Mannenberg became an unofficial anthem of resistance against apartheid, played at protests, gatherings for decades, often without the crowd even needing to know his name to feel exactly what it meant. He died peacefully in Germany in June 2026 at 91. Ibrahim's music became a form of protest bigger than any single performance, and our number one didn't need music at all to become a symbol, she just needed to stay seated. 1. Claudette Colvin. In March 1955, 15-year-old Claudette Colvin refused to give up her seat to a white passenger on a segregated bus in Montgomery, Alabama. She was arrested. 9 months later, Rosa Parks did almost exactly the same thing and became the face the world remembers. Colvin went on to become one of 4 plaintiffs in the lawsuit that actually forced Montgomery's buses to desegregate, a case with more direct legal impact than the boycott most people know from textbooks. She died in Texas in January 2026 at 86 from natural causes, with the Washington Post's own headline calling her exactly what she'd been for 70 years, an unsung civil rights pioneer. 8 names, 8 pieces of Black culture you already knew by heart, and 8 faces most people have never once put to the work. 8 legends, all gone in the first half of this year alone, and every one of them shaped something you already knew long before you knew their name. If one of these surprised you, tell us which one in the comments. And subscribe, because there's always more behind the culture than the credits ever show.